I want you to know, I'm not political.
I'm not a Republican.
A conservative.
A liberal Democrat.
I'm just a kid, and I am worried about my future.
There's a lot going on in America right now that scares me.
The government is planning to take away the law that protects our water and air.
They're planning to let more big companies pollute our water and air.
This is my home. This is my future.
I want to breathe clean air and drink clean water.
The government is trying to implant a new healthcare system that'll only benefit the rich.
It will leave over 20 million people without health care.
Funding is being cut for the homeless,
Fair housing.
And Planned Parenthood.
The government wants to take away money from the National Endowment for the Arts.
Art is my life.
What does this mean for my music program at school?
They're trying to pass a law that will allow people with mental disabilities to have guns.
people like the white American men who have came into our schools and killed children.
297 people have already died from school shootings.
I'm scared.
The person in charge of our education doesn't know anything about public schools.
The new school voucher will make it impossible for many families to get good schooling because they won't be able to afford private education.
And they have taken away programs for the special needs children.
My education matters to me.
The government has taken away the rights and protection of transgendered youth.
All youth deserve to be protected, no matter their race,
Religion,
Sexual orientation.
Or gender.
I may be a kid, but I know the difference between good and bad.
My parents always taught me to be kind.
If you don't have anything nice to say,
Don't say anything at all.
Do you consider yourself a Christian?
Do you consider yourself a Buddhist?
do you consider yourself a Catholic?
doesn't your faith teach you that it is wrong to hurt others?
My school
My culture,
My faith,
teaches me to be loving and help others.
to help the sick and the elderly.
And not to hurt others.
now all I see and hear around me on the news is hate.
Americans hating Muslims.
Americans hating Jews.
It's just Americans hating Americans.
There are now over 900 hate groups in America.
There have been over 100 bomb threats to Jewish schools and synagogues.
There are swastikas being drawn on buildings, walls, windows.
Muslim places of worship are being bombed and set on fire.
Why haven't you said something?
Why haven't you spoken up and said that this is wrong?
America, families are being torn apart.
People are not being allowed into this country.
And people are being taken out of the country.
My friends are Mexican. I'm worried that they're gonna lose their mom.
My Canadian family won't come to visit anymore. They are afraid of what's happening here. They don't feel safe.
Before we make America great again,
Can we please make America safe again?
It's being said that the crime rate is the worst it's ever been, but it's at its lowest.
Massacres are being made up that never even happened.
America, you're being lied to.
America, the emperor has no clothes.
Wake up.
This isn't the first time this has happened.
The lies, the fake news, the fear.
People turning away from the truth because they don't want to see what is really happening.
People only listening to one news source.
I heard about it from my teacher.
I read about it in a girl's diary.
I heard about it from my parents.
It's my family's history.
And we said, never again.
At the end of the 1920s, the German economy collapsed. Unemployment was high and people were starving in the streets. The Germans lost the First World War. They had lost faith in the government and wanted something new. They were filled with despair. They were lost and in need of a leader to bring back their dignity. They needed solutions and they needed someone to blame. Hitler gave them both. Through Nazi propaganda, Hitler was able to convince Germany that the Jews were to blame and that he was their last hope. He promised everybody something, so everybody supported him. He led the country to believe that he would make Germany great again. Because the Germans were so desperate they wanted to believe in him, they followed him blindly, even while he exterminated 6 million Jews. Once he was in power, Hitler turned Germany into a fascist state. It is important to recognize the signs of fascism. Don't think that because we are in America, we are safe from fascism. At the base of the Statue of Liberty, there is a quote that reads, "Give me you're tired, you're poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore, send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door.
The Statue of Liberty welcomed more than 12 million immigrants into the United States.
People coming to America in hopes of a better life.
Perhaps even your own relatives.
America is supposed to be the land of the free.
I don't feel free.
We're not free.